Greetings. Happy Thursday. I call it Expand Day. Thursday is Expand Day, a beautiful opportunity for you to expand in knowledge, for you to expand your territory, for you to reflect upon what does expansion look like to you. You know, what areas in life would you like to expand? For you to get to understand what expansion is, so this Thursday is a great day for expansion in general. And I have, from the top of the day to now, have experienced some expansion, and I just wanted to hop on and share the expansion in consciousness, the expansion in awareness that I've experienced today. First of all, I do realize that it is Mercury retrograde right now. And that is something that, I don't keep it at the front of my mind at all. Sometimes when we talk about Mercury retrograde, we keep these notions about Mercury retrograde in the front of our minds that I feel are blockages or limitations, or they cause problems and disturbances, because many people, they feel a certain type of way about Mercury retrograde because of what they've heard. Peace. Because of what they heard. Peace. Give thanks. Thank you. Good to see you in here to hang out with me for a second. So yeah, many have heard with Mercury retrograde all of these kind of negative things. I see the reaction of people when I say, "Oh, and it's a Mercury retrograde." They don't immediately respond in why I'm saying that. Usually if I say, "Oh, and Mercury retrograde is on the horizon," it's a good thing that I'm saying. I'm saying like, okay, time for us to revisit our things and, rekindle and reconcile and reflect and rejuvenate. And I'm excited about Mercury retrograde because it's been so much healing. I've experienced so much healing and revelations and understanding during Mercury retrogrades. Once I fully understood what retrogrades are, I looked for the good in it, the God in it, because there's good and God in everything. That's just what it is. And when you look for it, you're able to see the good and God in it. But it's difficult for you to be able to see the good and God in things if you already have a perception of things that is negative. And that's going to clash with you being able to learn something or grow in an area because you're already looking at it in a negative way. And that's how a lot of people look at Mercury retrograde. But Mercury retrograde is a beautiful period of, it's the medicine. Mercury retrograde is the medicine oftentimes, especially for our personal lives. As a matter of fact, look at the symbol of Mercury retrograde. Look at the symbol of it. Just look it up. Symbol of Mercury retrograde. Tell me what you see. Somebody go do it now. Tell me what the symbol of Mercury retrograde is. I'm going to keep flowing, but please put in the chat room, what is the symbol when you look it up? Just type in symbol for Mercury retrograde. But you can gain so much insight, so many revelations, and those insights, revelations, downloads, spiritual understandings, expansion in consciousness can catapult you to next levels in your life, or do what it's doing for me in my experience just today. Water the seeds that I have planted, so that my harvest of the seeds that I plant in my life is abundant, because oftentimes we don't experience the manifestations we desire, or we don't we don't get the opportunity to really experience our visions and dreams manifesting how we want because we're in the way, or we need to develop a little bit more in a certain area, and that's what I call the water. We need to fertilize our soil a little bit. We need to get our grounds a little bit more prepared in order to be worthy vessels of these things that we are attempting or desiring to call into our lives. Because ultimately, anything that you really have been given as a vision or a dream or a desire that makes you feel peaceful, powerful, joyous, that's coming from a place of flow and freedom and ease, and you feel great about that vision and inspired and all of those different things, those are divine insights. I call them prophecies. I call them prophecies. You know, our visions and dreams are our prophecies. It's already done. So the only reason why we're not experiencing us, because ultimately those things that we desire in our lives are extensions of us. The only reason why we're not experiencing us, or, you know, those things that are our own, we haven't been able to bring into our experience, is because we need to do a little work. We need to get a little bit more prepared. We need to get our vessel ready for the giver to be able to pour in. You know, we can't come to the giver with a little bitty vessel like this and expecting all of this abundance. And so I definitely can say that I've experienced different things in my journey. Even I'm just talking about today that I know, and I'm talking about in this Mercury retrograde and in past Mercury retrogrades. I know the things that I have experienced that maybe other people look at as inconveniences or hard times, or, you know, all of these different things, because I look for the good in God and expect it to come out of it. Even in a Mercury retrograde, when you do get sometimes some inconvenience, some things happen that you don't want it to happen that way, or, you know, that's just the nature of Mercury retrograde. It has this thing about it where, you know, I call them little inconveniences, but it could be great inconveniences. You know, you may miss an email, you may miscommunicate, you may get in an accident, you may experience this, you know, these type of things, especially with transportation and communication, travel, contracts, all of those different type of things. Anything to do with communication, technology, all of those different things. They may seem like such big, grand inconveniences or hiccups that if you don't be still and be quiet enough to be aware of what's happening as a big picture holistically, then you may begin to think that this is an indication that your vision is not going to come out how you want it, or that you done messed up, or that it's ruined, or that you're trapped, or that is no way out of this. You may begin to feel that way because in your mind you already are thinking, oh no, you know. So you have to be in a place where you're looking for the good in God. So anyway, here's my experience. Let me pause for the cause because I asked y'all to look up the symbol for Mercury retrograde. Let me put a parameter around it. The astrological symbol for Mercury retrograde. So like when Mercury retrograde show up in the chart, when you're looking at astrology, what is the symbol that they use in the zodiac wheel or in the astrology chart? So what is the symbol? What does it look like? So here's my experience. So just today, I'm just going to share one because I had a few experiences today. Because when you're looking, what you're seeking is seeking you. So when you're looking for the good in God and lessons and blessings and things, you get them. So I woke up this morning giving thanks like I do on Thursdays, giving thanks for Expand Day. I said my prayer that may whatever needs to expand in my life may expand today. You know, may my consciousness expand, may my territory expand, and may my heart stay light as it's expanded, and may I be able to see, may I be aware, may any lessons that I need to learn, I learn them, and may any blessings that are coming my way, I'm able to see them and be a good steward of those blessings. So a prayer like that, you know, on this beautiful Thursday that I call Expand Day. And so midday, Spirit led me to handle anything that's left undone, or that need to be handled with my finances. Handle those things today. I was led to do that. Like handle anything that, in other words, dot your I's, cross your T's when it comes to your financial obligations or anything like that today. So I was led to do that. So it was a few things that I need, a few calls I need to make, a few things I need to check in on. And one of them was dealing with I won't disclose that, but one of them on that call, I had to wait. Okay. So I already knew, somebody had already warned me, it's a long wait time when you got to talk to them. And so I called in, and sure enough, I had to wait an entire hour for them. No, first of all, I called one time. It led me all the way up to when it asked me for my information, all that kind of stuff. It put me on hold. I was like, okay. But then it said, we're sorry. You know, the call volume is da-da-da-da. Please call back another time during business hour. I said, okay. So I did what I was doing. I was multitasking. So I did something else. And then I said, I'll call again in a second. Call back. You know, got fire. I'm putting the prayer out like, okay, let this be easy. Let it be smooth. Let me be able to communicate. Because I really wanted to communicate with them. I've been trying to communicate with them for months now and haven't gotten into communication. And while I'm having a hard time communicating with them, they in my pockets. So I need for them to get out of my pockets. So I'm like, I really want to be able to talk to them, you know, but have been able to talk to them since, you know, since everything happened with this COVID situation and everything. All right. So I called back again and it put me all the way through to that. Now they're asking me my information, and sure, I was like, okay, maybe this will be it. And then it said, we're sorry. You know, the call volume, I was like, oh, man. So I was about to go on their website and try to book an appointment and all of that. And I really didn't want to do that. And Spirit said, what do you want? What do you want? Stand firm on what you want, which has been a lesson for me for the past few months. It has been like, stand firm on what you desire in situations. Stand firm on what you see as your vision. Stand firm on that. Don't bend. Don't lower it. Don't say, okay, I'll take this. No, stand firm on it and see how things work out for you. If you stay adamant about staying firm about your vision, instead of always having plan B, plan C, and worst case, figuring out worst case scenario and all this stuff. No, stand on what you really desire and see what unfolds for you in your life. So I've been practicing that. So I practiced that today. You know, I said, I don't want to book an appointment. Let me just call one more time. Spirit said, call one more time. So I said, let me just call one more time. The third time's a charm. They're going to pick it up. You know, 3 is the number of completion. They're going to pick up the phone and we're going to talk about it and we're going to handle this situation and it's going to work out easily. I'm saying it's going to work out with ease. And then I wrote on the little letter that I had from them. I said, all of my affairs are covered with grace. May this work out with grace, with glory and ease as its fragrance. That's what I wrote on the paper, with glory and ease as its fragrance. So, and I'm doing that as I'm calling and I'm, waiting and all this kind of stuff. So I wasn't even really paying attention to notice that it went through. So they put me on hold to actually get to a representative because it didn't click over to, we're sorry, call back. It kept the music going. So I was like, oh snap. So I was like, oh great. I'm so grateful that I listened to my intuition. So I'm holding. I'm on hold. 20 minutes go by. 30 minutes go by. And I'm like, ah. So I was like, okay, let me just put it on my, through my car Bluetooth system and just vibe out. I got things I need to be doing. Let me go to the bank. Let me go over here. Let me stop by my spot and all this kind of stuff. So let me do that. Maybe it's going to be a little wait. So I settled in. Like, hey, it is what it is. It's Mercury retrograde. Communication just like that. It is what it is. Let me just keep going. So I flowed through. I was flowing. Went, stopped where I heard somebody come on the line. Greeting. Hi, this is such and such and such. Great. So I stopped. I'm talking to the lady. Finally, I got somebody. It has almost been a year. I had put it to the side because I just got tired of calling them every day trying to get somebody on the line. Y'all probably can suspect who I'm talking about. Any of my business owners definitely know who I'm talking about. So I'm calling for like over a year trying to get somebody. The lady hop on the phone. And y'all, I'm not making this up. Guess what her name was? Her name was Love. I was like, yes, Love. Show me some love today by answering this phone that I've been trying to get y'all on for a whole year. So Love comes on the line and Love is like, so how can I help you, whatever? So I explained to her the situation. I'm like, you all sent me this letter. I sent in the information that y'all asking for. But I'm still getting a bill from y'all, and I ain't heard nothing back from the document that, that y'all asked for, that, I was on top of as soon as I got y'all notice or whatever. And so she's like, oh, okay, no problem. What we can do, I'll send you over to this department. And they can do this for you, and you know, this and that. I was like, perfect. So I wrote down that her name was Love. I wrote that on the little document had the notice that I had in my hand that I wrote that prayer on. And so I wrote her name down just to document that amazingness for her name to be Love, which to me means grace. You know what I'm saying? And so then she transferred me. So when she transferred me, it said, your wait is going to be, what did it say? It's estimated to be more than 60 minutes. I was like, oh. So I was like, I said, I see you, Mercury retrograde. I see you, God. I see you, universe. I see you, creator. I see you testing my patience. I see you helping me grow in patience today. Because a big lesson that I have been learning in the expansion of my business, expansion of my consciousness, expansion in general, which I'm experiencing a lot of expansion in life, giving thanks, you know, is patience is one of your top virtues. When you are desiring the cream of the crop, when you're desiring opulence, when you're desiring the top, you know, excellence, exceptionality, you know, when you have those type of desires, then patience you have to have patience. You have to have patience. What's the saying say? Rome ain't built in one day or something like that. You know, it's like patience is one of those virtues that's going to get you there. And oftentimes because we lose patience, we get a remnants of what we could have really received because we didn't practice that patience, you know. And oftentimes we get patience because we get impatient because of fear. We get impatient because of a notion of lack. We get impatient because of envy. It could be any reasons. But when we are patient, it's basically amplifying your knowing that what's yours is yours. And so just wait on it. You know, just wait on it. A child will wait all day on that piece of candy you promised. They'll wait. And if you don't give it to them, you could be tucking them in the bed and they'll be like, am I going to get that candy that you gave me, that you promised me? And you better get them that candy. They will make you say, I'll give it to you tomorrow. You know? And they're going to be waiting on you. They're going to hold you to your word. Like, let us be that way for those things in our lives, for our visions, for our dreams. Look at your visions and dreams as prophecy. It's a promise. That's just what it is. But you have to be patient so that you're not getting just remnants of your dream. So anywho, at this point, I'm realizing that, okay, your patience is going to be watered today. Peace. Your patience is going to grow today. So mind you, I already waited for over an hour the first time. And now she says she's going to transfer me. And they're going to be able to do this, this, and this. The perfect solution. I was like, beautiful. The mercy and grace that I prayed on before I made the call, you know, it was activated. And I'm like, yes. And so I'm like, when they transfer me, may mercy and grace be exhibited. And, you know, may I experience ease in this whole process of handling this situation. And so confident from there, no fear, right? So they said it's going to be estimated over an hour. I was like, all right, okay, all right, fine. So are you going to hang up and miss your blessing? Because you darn sure been on this phone for over an hour just to get to first, sister. You going to really hang up now? You going to really give in and throw away the towel just because of what? You just don't feel like waiting? You don't feel like hearing the hold music? You don't feel like what? What's the what? What is the what? What is the what? So I said, boom, let me just put it on my AirPod and keep my day going, keep my day flowing. You know what I'm saying? Got in the house, was doing different things. I done did all type of stuff. I done checked in on my sprouts and, you know, cleaned up my sprouts, turned them over. Because, you know, when you're making homemade sprouts, you got to rinse them off every day. Then, you know, turn them over so that they can continue to grow. I done cleaned up something over here. I went over in my prayer room, spruced my prayer room up, did some journaling, put some things in there. I done got on my computer, handled a few things, got some business done, followed up with some clients. I done forgot that I was on the end. You know what I'm saying? Then while I was on hold, I got a call that I was really waiting on, got some exciting news. So I done took a praise break and I'm dancing and calling my sister and I'm like, merging the call so that I'm like, you're going to hear something in the background, but disregard it because I'm on hold. And so I done made a few calls, and all, doing what I do. And so finally, after guess how long, y'all? 2.5 hours. After 2.5 additional hours. After 2.5 additional hours, I hear a voice. I'm like, oh my God. So a person comes on the line. I'm like, hey, hi. The phone is chopping up. So I'm looking at my thing. I been took the Wi-Fi off because I was not playing in the games. We can't hang up at this point. We too far in this thing. So she's breaking up badly. I'm like, what? Like, what is this? So I didn't panic. I was like, hello. I said, can you say it again? I kept asking her to repeat herself. I said, sis, you are breaking up. So I want to let you know that, but I also want to please have you to please call me back if the phone drops, if the call drops. She didn't say okay. She didn't say nothing. I said, okay, this phone, like this. Then I sent the prayer out, made this call last until the solution, to the issue is resolved. So phone chopping up. We get through what we need to get through. I get amazing results from the call. It wasn't even what I was expecting. It was well over what I was expecting. So I was grateful of that. It put that to the side so that they can handle the situation. It covered in grace. I'm going to send them prayers while they handling it. Covered in grace with mercy and glory being the fragrance. That's how I'm going to get it back when they hit me back up. So I'm sharing this story to say, and it might seem like a little story, might not seem like nothing grand, but here is why I have a smile on my face and I'm so grateful. It's a few things I got out of this. One, I absolutely experienced the dynamics of Mercury retrograde. Definitely, because I'm trying to handle a money matter. I'm revisiting a money matter that I needed to revisit. I've been trying to handle for over a year. That is the perfect thing for you to do during Mercury retrograde, is to revisit something that you need to reconcile, you need to handle. So that's number one. Number two, it dealt with a level of communication. And so it's always difficult during Mercury retrograde to communicate. I experienced that. And then with the technology, her phone was breaking up, all these different type of things. I experienced that. And so what happens during Mercury retrograde or during any of our inconvenient moments in our lives, we tend to fold. We tend to get angry. We tend to get impatient. We tend to speak negatively. I could have stopped and been like, oh, these people take so long. I could have went in that mode. I could have got angry. I could have gave up. I could have hung up. I could have did any of those things. But I consciously made a decision to, one, handle the situation today on the day of expansion day, the day of this, we call this the money day too. Thursday is a great day to do your money rituals, your money prayers, your money meditations, your prosperity meditation, all those different things. Great day for you to do it on a Thursday. I intentionally said I'm going to handle my money issues. I intentionally chose the ones that I need to revisit and try to get some contact with. I intentionally stayed on the line and intentionally looked for the good in God in all of it. And so now I sit with appreciation for the opportunity to exercise a virtue that is going to carry me throughout my life as I continue to grow and expand and live out my destiny, which is patience. And so I was able to experience the exercising of my patience. And so now my patience is that much stronger because I done sat on the phone for over 3 hours. And I was all right. I was quite all right. And what I noticed about myself is I didn't care so much about it. I wasn't so tied up on it and so caught up on myself and why I got to wait so long and why it's taking so long and all these different type of things. And so I just want to say, in life, we all come with our blueprint. We all come programmed for our success, for our peace, for our power. We're programmed for it. And oftentimes our program get a little sludge, get a little residue from our experiences. It's like our software and our computers start to run slow, or our hardware, software, whatever you call it. It starts to, if you get a lot of what is called malware, whatever it's called on there, or viruses or whatever, it start to get, it start to not work properly, or efficiently. And that's kind of how we are. We come programmed, we are, yes, needing updating. We are positioned to, we are created to manifest our destiny. We're created for that. We have everything we need right here within us. We have everything we need on the outside of us. We have it, access to it. But what slows us up, or what gets in the way, are our vices, our attitudes, our perceptions, our perspectives. All those different things can get in the way. So it behooves us not to go hard on ourselves and nitpick and, pick apart ourselves and frown upon all of the things that we want to change or that's bad about us. No, not that. Focus more on building a consciousness, developing perspectives in life or perceptions about life that can draw to you peace, power, joy, abundance, and all of those different things. If your perceptions about life are always negative, what do you think you're going to draw to yourself? Whether you like it or not. Complainers draw to them what they're complaining about. It's why they always feel trapped in that. They always feel like the victim. It's always something wrong. And so complainers, those who always talking about what's wrong, what's the negative, you're going to continue to get that. But if you change your perspective or your perception and say, well, there's good in everything. There's a lesson in all of it. There's, nothing is really, if you try your best to change your mind in that way, you will draw that to you. And so that's the message. That's the message. Just wanted to share that testimony. The gratitude of me being able to exercise my patience, and a nudging to everyone who's listening in, whether right here on live right now or as a replay, a nudging for you to assess your perceptions about life, assess your perspectives, assess them, and just ask yourself, is how I'm thinking in alignment with what I actually desire? Is in alignment with what will bring me peace, what will make me feel powerful, what will bring me joy? Is in alignment with that? If it's not, try your best to change it. Because in order for you to draw something to you, you must be a vibrational match to it. In order for things to unfold in a certain kind of way, you must be in vibrational alignment with it. So you cannot draw to you abundance if you're feeling lack. You cannot draw to you. We oftentimes think if we complain, like when we were a child, we would be given what we desire. No. In reality, you get exactly what you're complaining about, because that's the frequency you're vibrating on. Does that make sense? Peace, y'all. I gotta go because I gotta get ready for my Thursdays are my day for my personal growth and development group. So we're about to head into a session. I'm looking forward to it. We've been having some really good sessions lately. If you want to learn more about the different group options I have, OU Ministries offers 4 different groups for those who are looking to expand within themselves, expand their consciousness, expand their knowledge, expand their heart. It has something, expand your business. It has something, we have something for you. OU Ministries. We got 4. Oh, welcome back, sis. We have our moon meditation group, our spiritual studies group, our personal growth and development group, and our executive coaching group. And so it's something for everybody there. So check it out. It's at the link to my website is at the link in bio. You can check that out and see if there's a group that you see that's good for you. And if you don't know, maybe you're interested, maybe it looked like you may like to, try it out, but you don't quite know if it's for you, then book an introductory session so that we can talk, you and I can talk, and we can figure it out. We can figure it out. What's good for you? A group may not be good for you right now, but maybe coaching is good for you right now, or energy clearing, or reading, one of the other services. But do check out those groups. They are reasonably, more than reasonably priced. And for the wealth of knowledge that you would gain, and the family vibrations that you would get, and the camaraderie, and the growth and transformation that you would get, it's unheard of. You're not going to find it. It's the value of it is really priceless, but the value of it is definitely many will tell you, it's there. So, all right, peace and love, y'all. The new moon is coming up. I hope you getting ready for it. It's coming up on Monday. So get ready. I hope y'all ready for it. And I hope I see y'all on the meditation on Monday, because it's going to be lit. Per usual. Per usual. Peace and love, y'all.